Sup flappers. So physical DPS is weird. In a game full of reactions and damage dealers, we have these characters who are just here to have their elemental damage facilitate their raw attacks. Prior to the current Abyss, physical DPS has always been regarded as a subpar damage option. Even now, outside the Abyss, physical DPS is still weaker compared to the other DPS options. Of course, picking Vaporize and Melt teams are just a no-brainer at this point, but currently in the Spiral Abyss, the gimmick is not just about DPS anymore, but rather certain units with their kits are just far more difficult to make work compared to others, especially with elemental monsters such as the Mimics. In the new Lore 12, units like Child have a much harder time. That is just a fact. So, are physical DPS units now worth investing in, even if it's only for this current Abyss cycle? Well, let's actually talk about that. Currently, the buff to the Spiral Abyss is heavily in favor of physical DPS units. Potentially, you can get up to 250% physical damage bonus with the Aquila Favonia for KeQing, which is absolute insanity when it comes to damage multiplier. Currently, my KeQing is sitting at 43% crit rate and 201% crit damage with a respectable 124.6% physical damage bonus when outside the Spiral Abyss, without the 4-piece Pale Flame set as well. So with the Pale Flame set, this buff goes up to 149.6% physical damage bonus, and the further Abyss buff will give it another 100% bonus when all the buffs are stacked, so totaling 250%. Now, if you see the footage on screen, it's a monstrous amount of physical damage output. Do note, I have not even mentioned further damage boost through Superconduct, Zhongli Jade Shield, and Bennett Burst amplifications. Apart from Zhongli's Jade Shield and the Aquila Favonia, everything else here is going to be free to play friendly. So with my setup, I can hit up to double 18k crits per charge attack, totaling 36,000 per charge attack. And if I include my initial auto attack within the auto charge combo, it's another 8k, so that is 44,000 damage per auto charge combo, and you can fit in 2 auto charge combos per second. That would be 88,000 DPS outside the current Spiral Abyss with no food buffs. So if we are going to go into the Spiral Abyss, it's quickly apparent how much stronger this continues to get, all the way up to that 250% physical damage bonus mark. Now, you may be thinking, well, you know, Walrus, you are a pay-to-win whale who has all this pay-to-win stuff. Free-to-play players will not be able to achieve such effects. So I did make another team of characters who are underleveled, both in character levels as well as talent levels. Please do not look to this Albedo and think he is carrying this team as a 5-star, because he is probably the most undergeared out of everyone in this team. I am trying to show with this team that even if you have underleveled, poorly geared units with Chi-Chi using a level 1 weapon, as long as you understand the synergy and mechanics of the teams you are building, you can still abuse the current Abyss setup. Fischl is a powerful unit, which I had mentioned in my top 5 characters for free-to-play video way back, released probably in like February or something. She has never fallen out of the meta and fills many roles on many teams. If you started back in September, you likely have at least 1 copy of Fischl, so she would be sitting at C0 at the minimum. Also, all it takes for Fischl to come online as a main DPS is Constellation 1, so the investment is not too steep. This team was able to deal with floor 11 quite well, and if they were properly geared and leveled, this would have been very easy. Comparatively, the KeQing team was just completely dominating floor 11, and at times, I thought I was in floor 7 due to how fast some of the enemies were just getting shredded. Now, due to my limited resources, I am not able to show you the other physical DPS options, but I assure you, even slightly undergeared or underleveled, they can likely get the job done very well. I know there are a lot of negative connotations surrounding physical carries, but now is the best time to pick one up. You likely have some decent artifacts just sitting around from when you grinded for the Noblesse Oblige set. So some Bloodstained byproducts and then another 2-piece Pale Flame can get you a solid 50% physical bonus with no questions asked. If RNG has blessed you, then you can use the 4-piece Pale Flame set as well to get an additional 18% attack boost when the 4-stat buff is active. Don't let anyone tell you that physical DPS is bad and cannot compete with elemental carries. When fully built, both can one-phase any boss in the game. And in fact, physical DPS comes with less hassle. On screen, you can see how the child boss just gets annihilated. I don't need other units to deal damage, really. Just an initial setup, and then it's DPS bliss. Now, if your question is it better than Melt and Vaporize? No, it isn't. But really, what is the point? The speed I demolished Child just now is already lightning fast. How much more damage are we looking for, right? If the question is instead, is physical DPS good? Yeah, it's damn good. It's definitely more consistent than reaction DPS. It requires less setup and is more accessible to more players. You'll likely have units sitting in your storage right now who you can bust out and do what I'm doing with some investments. Now, if you are saying that it's boring, I can get that. I understand that it's not your preferred playstyle, so you just won't touch it. Cool, I respect that. But if somebody says, nah, I don't play physical DPS because it's too weak or it's bad, they are just flat wrong. With the new Pale Flame set, physical DPS options just sit at a much better spot. They're more consistent, higher ceilings, and still retains their original advantages being easily accessible and have quick setup time. If you are looking to build your own physical DPS currently, even Zhongli is an amazing option, top of the line, if you have the Crescent Pike. And so is KeQing, Razor, Fischl, Xinyan, Jean, Kaya. You have great free-to-play options that are outshining certain 5-star options, notably Razor and Fischl being great choices here. Personally, if you had to invest in either Razor or Fischl though, I would choose Fischl. Even though Razor has the higher DPS out of the two, Fischl is more flexible and your investment will yield longer return in more areas of the game. Not saying Razor is bad, it's just resources in Genshin don't come easy and you want your investment to do more than just one thing. Eventually, if you have an overflowing amount of resources, then you can invest in one-trick ponies such as Razor to really double down in the physical DPS sector. Anyways, that's all I have to say regarding physical DPS. I have made many guides for characters, so if you have further questions regarding each and every one of them, do check those out. They are all on my channel. In fact, if you go on to YouTube and just search Razor Guide Erotic Walrus or Fischl Guide Erotic Walrus, I'm sure they will pop out. Thank you all for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe so to not miss future uploads. As I'm about to do a Zhongli giveaway in a week or so, you likely won't want to miss that one. This is going to be it for today, everyone. Please try out your physical carries. Don't let them just collect dust in the storage. I'm looking forward to hearing all your responses regarding this down below. But until tomorrow's video, stay safe and peace.